minutes for December
7th.
December 7th, 2020. Yes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by, I'll have to do that by roll call. Dick Bradshaw.
Aye.
I am an aye. And Cameron?
Aye.
Thank you. I'll just check to see if I've got anybody in the waiting. Next up are claims for December 469,000. $221.48. Questions on the claims?
I have none.
I have none.
I move we accept the claims.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Dick Bradshaw?
Aye.
Cameron?
Aye.
Aye. Up under new business. It looks like I don't have that on here. Did you receive the proposed meeting dates for 2021?
Yes.
I'm not seeing it in this particular packet, but Cameron, did you get them?
Yes.
Let me bring those up onto the screen here. So, the one thing I would like to note is that we've had a request to change our meeting time to 5:15 p.m. We've been running over pretty consistently, which means that our council time gets started late. Do you have a problem with meeting earlier?
I do not.
Cameron, is that an issue for you?
No, I'm done at work at 5, and that gives me 15 minutes. So that's fine with me.
Okay. So is there a motion to accept the Board of Works meeting schedule for 2021?
So moved.
I second.
All those in favor? Dick Bradshaw?
Aye.
I am an aye. Cameron?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next order of business, next item of business, and let me finish that, get rid of that. And we have two proposals for IT service. Presently, we are Sound Advice is providing our managed IT services. And we have received one quote from them for basically the same. They were both sent the same, list of numbers of computers, locations, servers, what we require in terms of, providing antivirus software. They know that they're providing a separate so forth. The number that we received from Sound Advice was $5,380 per month. And then from the Visual Edge IT, you'll recall that's the company that is going to be doing the internet protocol for us. And their number came in, they're very close, but they came in at $2,198.46. So if we could, well, I will make a motion to accept the lower proposal amount of $2,198 from Visual Edge IT. Service, is there a second?
I second.
Okay, I've got Cameron as the second. And now for discussion.
Did we not approve Visual Edge last meeting for phones?
Yes, Dick, we approved them for the phone service. And I think you had asked a question at that time about whether they would hold that $15 a month fee over the 36-month period, and they have agreed to do that. So that's for our phone service. This contract is for monthly management of the IT systems that we have. So it's servicing all of the computers, the networks, backup, and cloud-based email management and so forth. So this is a separate contract, and this is a monthly recurring expense. We're presently paying about this much per month to Sound Advice. Why would we want to switch? We've been with Sound Advice for a number of years. We haven't requested a change for proposal or seeking out other companies to offer us either a lower amount per month or better service. There are, generally speaking, we've received fairly good service from Sound Advice. We have had a couple of issues with them, but nothing that would require us to change, except that I think we have an opportunity here to get all of our services from the same company related to the internet. And frankly, in checking out the cities that use them in our area, which is Monticello and Logansport, Kathy Gross, who's the mayor in Monticello, speaks very highly of Visual Edge IT. They've managed their systems there since about 2013. And Chris Martin, who's mayor in Logansport, obviously he's been there for a year, so he doesn't have a long experience, but they're very satisfied with Visual Edge IT. And Leanne, I think you had someone contact you kind of just because she heard that we were going to be getting a proposal. Do you want to?
Pat Moberger called me from Man Chevrolet, and Pat said that she especially is extremely pleased with them. They pulled away and tried someone else, and it did not work out well at all. They ended up back with Phil, and she just couldn't say enough good things about him. I think the idea is that he's local, but she said the service he provides to you is unbelievable. So I don't see how we can go wrong.
So we have a motion and a second. Or is there any further discussion?
I just think it makes sense that we have them already for the phone systems. I think it makes sense that, I don't think the other company is a bad company, but it would make things a lot easier if they were already at the facility for something that they have access to both. So that's just my opinion on it.
Brooke, what do you think?
Someone is talking.
I had a question for Brooke.
Okay.
Who's asking the question, please? Dick, I think you locked up.
Have you got any input?
I believe he wants to know if you have any input, Brooke.
No, I'm kind of like Cameron. It just makes sense if you have one doing our phones and doing the IT part. It just kind of sounds like it should go hand in hand.
Now can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes. Dick, were you able to hear Brooke's response? Dick, I believe you've locked up again.
Yes.
Okay. Then, is there any further discussion? Then I call for the vote. Dick Bradshaw. Dick, can you hear me? Dick, do you know how to use the chat room feature?
Yes, I heard him.
We're ready for the vote. All those in favor signify by aye, and we'll take it by roll call again. Dick Bradshaw? Cameron Yates?
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye. Thank you.
There he is.
Aye.
Gotcha. Thank you. Okay. The next order of business is, let's get past this stuff. Is the usage of the relinquishment funds, or reimbursement funds, I'm sorry, from the CARES Act, is the COVID reimbursement funds. And the city of Delphi had received an allocation, an allotment of $93,794. You'll recall we used the salaries from the police department as our request for reimbursement, and we did receive the full $93,794 in our account earlier this month. and that will be placed into the COVID 150 fund. These funds need to be utilized by the end of December. In talking with other communities as to how they've used their reimbursement funds, it's really all over the board, anything from replacing carpet to things that are related to emergencies and things that are not. We determined that we wanted to first use funds for things that would impact the community from the standpoint of emergency responders and or emergency situations. And so what you'll see is a list of items put together by Chief McCain and also by Dick Van Sickle, Superintendent of Wastewater. Chief, do you want to quickly go through this list and indicate what the items are and why they're crucial for you at this point?
Yeah, the first item was our police vehicle. It's a 2020 Ford Police Explorer. We're rotating the vehicle out of our line. It's reached the end of service, so it is going out. The next item would be Suncrest Psychological Services. It's a mental health provider for all of our law enforcement. That would include their fee is for your initial assessment per officer is $175, and then for a 45 to an hour session, it's $150 a session. So this would get your initial assessment, and then all of our officers five counseling sessions, and it can be from stress related on work or home or whatever. But it's one of those things that I think is very important. This past year we did the gym membership for everybody, so we've gotten the physical fitness in that, and this is just the second step of for our mental health for all of the officers at the department. The third item would be for a portable radio. Part of our part-time people don't have, or it's hard, they have to borrow one of ours and this and that, and it's just good that we have a spare in case something happens with one of our, even one of our online ones, that we have something to fall back on. The next item would be the APX 6500, and that is the new mobile radio that's in police cars. Right now we have an XLT 5000. It is now obsolete, and we can't get parts for it and this and that. So if we're going to do that, it just makes sense to get the newest model when we put our new car together. That way we're not putting something that if it breaks, Adam at Raycom said they're obsolete, we can't even get parts for them. So then the next item would be a Glock Model 41. That is our service weapon that we carry. We have part-time guys that work for us that are with other agencies, and that way for two things: either A, they can use it so that we're all qualified on the same weapon, and B, there's been times when we've had failures with our firearms where we had to send them into Glock and we don't have a backup weapon. So that is something that is imperative that we have. That way then everybody, if something happens, you're using the same weapon that you're trained with and this and that. So that just makes sense. The next item is a taser, and it's X2. That is the newest part of the taser weapon, as far as it's an electronic control device, and that comes with a 4-year warranty and the holster on it. Again, if we have a malfunction with one of our officers' taser, or we have part-time guys that are working for us that are trained on it, Some agencies don't let them use their equipment from their agency, and also that way we kind of have for them items for them to use. The next item is for respirators and replacement filters. We get into circumstances, we get in situations where we're in areas that have bad air in them, have dust particles and this and that. That way we would have something that would help protect our officers from getting things in their lungs and breathing it in. Then the last two items are AEDs. The first one is the Zoll AED Plus. We have two, and we need a third one, so all of our vehicles have them. And we order, and the Zoll AED is the same one that our EMS uses. So that way, if we're on scene and we deploy our AED, that the only thing they have to do is unplug our pads, plug it into their unit, and transport and go. And there's not any downtime. And the second one is a wall-mounted unit here for the city building, because we don't have one for the city.
And then the other item, first, are there any questions for Chief McCain on any of those items? Okay. Dick Van Sickle has presented a proposal to basically get a generator with an automatic transfer switch at the lift station at US Highway 421. I'll let Dick explain why. Dick, are you on the line? Dick, are you still on the line?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Do I need to talk louder?
A little bit louder.
Okay. I'm asking for a 150 kW generator at the US 421 lift station. That serves Indiana Packers. And we're on REMC power, and we have had numerous power outages through the years. And normally when we have a power outage, it's during a storm. We are on a different feed than Indiana Packers, so when we lose power, they don't necessarily lose power. So I'm asking for a generator because right now we take our diesel pump out there, and it takes a minimum of 2 people to set it up. It's normally 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's raining or snowing. And I'm looking for something with an automatic transfer switch that I can. I'll still respond, but we need something a little quicker than us setting up our pump, because there are valves that turn, and trying to get hold of Indiana Packers sometimes is extremely hard. So if they're bringing their flow and we don't have pumps that can pump because of electricity, we get into some problems. So that's what I'm asking for. I appreciate your consideration.
And Dick has presented 3 different bids for this. The first is from Mike Miller Electric, and that's the cost that you see here on the screen. It's $53,100. He has another estimate from Ideal Manufacturing and Supply at a cost of $53,294, and then one from Houston Electric, which is $78,860. So the item that you see represented on the spreadsheet here is from Mike Miller Electric. And Dick, I think you said you've had other experience with that company. Is that correct?
Mike used to work for Houston Electric, and now he's on his own. He used to be the generator man at Houston. He does all of my electric at the wastewater plant. I'm very confident with him. He's wonderful. He's done some great work for us. I use him at Rockfield too. Personally, I would like to go with Mike Miller Electric. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
So really the only item that the Board of Works, I think, needs to address is this generator, which does have the three bids, and I believe those were included in your packets. So is there a motion to accept the low bid of $53,100 from Mike Miller Electric LLC?
I'll make that motion that we accept the bid from Mike Miller for $53,100. I don't know if he's still on the line.
Dick?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there it is.
Can you see me? Do you guys not see me?
Dick Bradshaw?
I don't know.
I can.
No, that's,
I can
there
see.
he is.
Are you talking about Dick Van Sickle? Who's
Sorry
Dick?
about
Dick, we can't see you. We see your name.
that. Okay.
But Dick Bradshaw, if you want to unmute yourself.
There it is.
Okay, thank you, Dick. Do you wish to second?
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the low bid on the generator from Mike Miller Electric LLC, the cost of $53,100. All those in favor. First vote would be Dick Bradshaw.
Aye.
I am an aye. Cameron?
Aye.
Motion carries on that. And really, we're not, this presentation of the other items on the list is pretty much just to keep you informed of how the dollars are going to be spent for reimbursing from the COVID reimbursement fund, and all of basically the items that Chief McCain has indicated are, with probably the exception perhaps of Suncrest, psychological services, are all from the suppliers that he normally uses, either under state contract or suppliers for equipment that he with the other equipment that he has in his department. Is that a fair statement, Chief McCain?
Yeah, all the others except for what we've dealt with, except for Sunrise, psychological, all those that we've dealt with those companies before that have quotes on them.
Thank you. So with that, I think we're ready to proceed to miscellaneous business. Are there any board comments and requests? Dick Bradshaw?
No.
Cameron?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay, fire call?
Yeah.
Okay, and I do not have any comments. Clerk Treasurer Aldrich,
No, I don't.
any public comments? Okay, hearing none. There's one item of future business and announcements. We will need to have an additional Board of Works meeting this month in order to approve claims before the end of the year. The council will be meeting on Wednesday, December 30th at 6:00 p.m. to review and approve transfers and encumbrances. So I propose that the Board of Works meet at 5:15 on that same day, which would be Wednesday, December 30th. And is there a consensus to meet then?
I'm okay with it.
Okay with me.
Okay, and that's okay with me. So now we just need one last motion, and that is to adjourn.
So moved.
Dick,
A second.
all those in favor? Dick, I assume you're in favor of that.
Aye.
Cameron,
Aye.
thank you all. Meeting is adjourned at 6:02.
Thank you.
Great evening and have a very Merry Christmas, everyone.
You as well. Thank you.
595 and out, 15, 1803.